I don't know about you, but my absolute favorite thing to do in St. John is to go snorkeling. Each time I discover something new and something exciting. So what exactly are you going to see while snorkeling? Don't worry, I got you covered. I created 2 lists for you. The first, I'm calling it my likely to see list. These are sea life that are very common and you're almost guaranteed to see. The second list, I'm calling it my lucky to see list. These are sea life that are rare to spot. In fact, I don't see them every time I visit St. John, and some of them I've only seen once. And here's a tip for you. When you do go snorkeling, be sure to get an underwater camera to capture it all. Let's get started.
Welcome to the most beautiful island in the world, the Virgin Islands. Yeah, man. Mind check, my love. Una duas. How are the VI massive them there? If you from the VI.
Okay, let's get started with the likely to see list. First on that list is a yellowtail snapper. I see these everywhere. Hawks Nest, Maho Bay, Salt Pond, you name it. But Trunk Bay, and this is a tip for you guys, Trunk Bay is my absolute favorite place to see them. Why? Because they are very friendly there. I'm not sure why, but they're very friendly. They swim right up to you, allowing you to get an awesome picture or video, no zoom required. Next is one of my favorites, the green sea turtle. While you don't see these at every beach, they are very common on some beaches, such as Maho Bay, Salt Pond, and Scott Beach, which is in Camille Bay. Every time I go to these particular beaches, I see multiple sea turtles. Sometimes you have to swim a bit offshore to see them, and here's a tip. Where there is seagrass, you're likely to see a turtle. Not always, but your chances are pretty high. And here's another tip. To keep our friends happy and safe, thanks for not chasing them or trying to touch them. Number 3 is a southern stingray. These often startle unsuspecting swimmers, so you're swimming and all of a sudden you see this huge black circle thing coming your way. They're pretty cool to look at, but just remember, keep your distance. On to number 4, the parrotfish. There's no way that you will go snorkeling and not see a parrotfish. They come in many different beautiful colors and patterns depending on their type and stage in life. Some are beautiful rainbow colored, some have a brown mosaic type pattern, some are blue. As you can tell, this one video has several. I just love seeing number 5 on this list, the smooth trunkfish. I love their pattern, their unique shape, their small little tiny fins, their small little mouth. I see them almost everywhere, one at a time though. I've never seen 2 or more together. And by the way, let's talk about the babies. Now these are rare to spot. I don't see them very often, but oh my gosh, they are so cute. Number 6 on our list can be debated if it should be on our likely to see list or our lucky to see list. It is the barracuda. I kept it on the likely to see list because I do see them every time I go home and I go snorkeling. I see at least one along the right side of Maho Bay, and I also see at least one along the shoreline at Salt Pond. On to number 7, the squirrelfish. I'm not sure why they call these squirrelfish. I don't think they look much like squirrels, but hey, they're on my list because 1, you do see them very often at almost all the reefs, particularly hiding near the rocks, and 2, because they're part of my childhood. Our family would often go fishing at Chocolate Hole Bay, and we caught a lot of these fish. Number 8 is the largest on our likely to see list. It is the super large tarpon. They grow between 2 and 5 feet long and are very likely to scare the crap out of you if you don't know what they are. I typically see them hanging around a school of bait fish around Trunk Bay and Cinnamon Bay as well. definitely try to get a picture of one of these. Number 9 on our list, you are going to want to stay far, far away from the long-spined sea urchin. Some are very small and very hard to see, and some are very large, almost the size of a volleyball. And they can be found on almost all of the reefs around the island. Whatever you do, and don't say I didn't warn you, avoid these at all costs. We did it! We made it to number 10 on our likely to see list. And guess what? I saved the cutest for last. It's blue, a cousin of Dory. Can you guess what it is? If you said the blue tang, you are right. Now, just look at this amazing color. Just look at it. I love it. And it's even more amazing against the colorful corals in the background. These, you definitely can't miss them. I see them everywhere. That's it for a list of things that are very common and that you are very likely to see when snorkeling around St. John. We saw everything from sea turtles and sea urchins to stingrays. So, what are those big ticket items, things that are rare to spot and that made it onto our next list, the lucky to see list? Let's get started with number 1. Let's see if you can find it. It's hiding amongst this school of fish. I'll give you a few seconds. Did you find it? Let me reverse the clip. It is the trumpet fish. The trumpet fish are hard to spot because, like this one, they often hide amongst fish or corals. There are also not a lot of them. I don't see them very often. So, because there are so few of them and they're difficult to find, the trumpet fish is number 1 on my list. Can you spot number 2 on our list? I'll give you a minute. Actually, a couple seconds. It is a peacock flounder, and as you can see, it's a master in camouflage. No wonder it's on our lucky to see list. I've actually only seen this twice. Once was at the baths in Virgin Gorda, and on this day for my very first time on St. John at Honeymoon Beach. And lucky for me, not only did I see one, but I saw 2. Number 3 is the Caribbean spiny lobster. I personally have not seen these at the typical snorkeling spots such as Trunk Bay, Hawks Nest, Maho Bay, although I surprisingly saw one once at Cinnamon Bay. I do see them on rare occasions when snorkeling in remote areas such as Holliver Bay, and on this day I saw 2 hiding while snorkeling at Wazee Point. Okay, time for number 4, the Caribbean reef squid. I saw my first one at Cinnamon Bay. Actually, there were two of them swimming together. I was instantly mesmerized by their behavior. They change colors for various reasons, including to camouflage themselves or to scare away predators. I've also noticed that they're really, really fast swimmers. If you get too close to them, they will speed off. They are on this list because I don't see them very often, and when I do, it's always a treat. Lucky for you, for number 5, I have 2 crabs, the giant hermit crab and the Caribbean king crab. First, the hermit crab. If you're like me, you are used to seeing hermit crabs on the land doing their own thing. So I was puzzled and surprised when I saw this one in the water at Little Cinnamon Bay Beach. Overall, I've seen 3 of these in total. In addition to this one, I saw one at Maho Bay and another at Scott Beach in Caneel Bay. On to the second crab. Like the giant hermit crab, I didn't know these existed, at least in our waters. It's a Caribbean king crab. I've seen something like these on The Deadliest Catch, the TV show, but never here in St. John. I saw this when I was snorkeling along the rocks on the left side of Peter Bay. This is the one and only one I have ever seen. Something else that I saw along the left side of Peter Bay is number 6 on our list, a nurse shark. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I was so excited to see this nurse shark. I've always heard of people seeing nurse sharks. I've even went out snorkeling where people told me they've seen nurse sharks, and I have not seen any until this day. On this day, I was snorkeling with my 2 daughters and my husband. I was in front, and when I saw the shark, I immediately turned around to let them know what was ahead and to tell my girls not to panic. The shark was just there, chilling on the ocean floor. It was so exciting. To this day, this is the one and only shark that I have seen. Boy, oh boy, number 7, the common octopus, gave me such a hard time and definitely earned its spot on this list. Here's the story. I went snorkeling and saw one. I came back, told my family about it. Well, my oldest daughter was not happy. She wanted to see one too and would not give up until she saw one herself. It took us 2 whole years before we saw this one at Trung Bay. Like I said, it earned its spot on this list. You definitely don't want to get stung by number 8 on our list, the moon jellyfish. As a kid growing up in St. John, I saw jellyfish all the time, and I got stung by a few, and trust me, it wasn't pretty. But now as an adult, I rarely see them. In fact, my 2019 trip was the first time that I'd seen any in at least 5 years, and that's why it's on this list. At the time, in 2019, I saw some at Hawks Nest, Dennis Bay, and Lavongo Key. Number 9 is a really good one. It's actually 2, the spotted moray eel and the green moray eel. Both eels are really rare to spot, or at least for me. They typically hide under rocks, which is why they're so hard to find. I saw this spotted eel at Hullover Bay. I've also seen this one, oddly enough, hanging out in the open around Cinnamon Bay Key. Now, the green moray eel I've only seen 3 times ever. This one I saw at Hullover Bay. The funny thing about this video is that I wasn't even trying to film the eel. I was filming the fish, which got away with my brother's fishing line bait. But when I reviewed the tape, I saw the eel, which I thought was pretty cool. We made it to number 10, and I saved the very best for last, the spotted eagle ray. I've always heard of people seeing eagle rays, but for years and years I had not seen one. This is the very first one I saw in the Hullover Bay area. I also saw one far offshore in Peter Bay and one offshore at Scott Beach. When you see an eagle ray, you'll understand my excitement. They are so majestic, so peaceful, and so beautiful. Okay, that's it. Again, the lists are created based on my own personal experiences, so your list may be different from mine depending on where you go and what time of year you go. I would love to hear what you would include or exclude from your list. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm Tessa from I Love You St. John. For more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Now it's time for my absolute favorite part. It's called Show Your Love. In our videos, we show you something you love about St. John. And at the end, we feature a local nonprofit for you to literally show your love for St. John by donating or volunteering. Today, we're featuring none other than the fabulous Love City Pan Dragons. When you hear the steel pans, you know you're in the islands. And for us St. Johnians, we know something extra special is going on, whether it's carnival, a local event, or even a wedding. The Pan Dragons teaches members ages 8 to 72 to play this unique instrument. I love this organization because in addition to bringing music and joy to local events, they also provide an educational extracurricular activity for our youth. Members learn team building skills, hand-eye coordination, memorization, and so much more. And what I love the most about them is that they help to keep the island's culture alive. So, if you are looking for a great cause to support, one that makes an awesome impact, this is it. They rely solely on donations and grants, which helps to pay for the instructors, tuning of their pans, their uniforms, and performance-related travel expenses. Be sure to visit their website at pandragons.org to see videos of their performances, to learn more about the organization, and to make a donation. As always, thanks for showing St. John your love.